Now, we've been going since we were born.
Here.
79, September 2nd. But no, we from Novena.
That's what I mean. That I knew you over the years.
Yeah. Well, St. John,
we're about 4 years old and we used to come from Novena.
Okay.
See, our parents were in Star Sea. They got married. They were baptized and married there.
Yeah.
And they went Holy
1927.
Name. As soon as they got there in 1927, they made them pay for this parish. This was 1933.
My father born in 1898. And my mother, that was 3 years later.
1901.
You guys are a little older than I am. Not
Yeah,
much.
yeah, man.
7 years.
Father Mickey, remember him? St. John.
Mickey
now
McCormick.
he's a bishop. I mean, Monsignor.
Right.
We're just about
With that and
$6 older now.
$1.25, you can get on the bus.
Sounds a year apart, but we're only about 5-6 months apart. We're September 2nd, and he's February
You guys remember all that.
somewhere in there. Yeah.
Now, what did you do in San Francisco? Both posters?
I had 43 and a half years. That's all I had to do.
Well, they gave me 45 years.
We retired at the same time. We retired in 2000, February 4th. We're 68. Almost 68.
We're 78 now.
September 2nd, we'll be 79.
Good to see you.
Two of our cousins, they're brothers to each other. They're in Star Sea. They're down in Los Gatos now. And one of them is 86.
Father Tahini, my mother's side.
Father Ted,
Oh, yeah.
Then my mother was Tahini.
And Father Bob. Oh, that's his brother. They're both Jesuits.
Okay, and there's their nephew.
They're both
Mark.
Yeah,
He's out in San Rafael.
Right.
And St. Sebastian.
I know.
So he's our second cousin.
He was South Sea Temple.
Nice to see you.
Well,
God
good to
bless
see you back home.
Thank you.
Stay away from the heat. How do you down there? Thank you.
That's awesome. So Richard, tell us something about what you remember about St. Anne.
How hot some days were and some cold. Yeah, he said.
Charles, tell us about St. Anne.
Well, it used to be so crowded, they cut off the end-car line and sidewalks here and you go clear around the block. The sidewalks, the street, they're all full of people going around.
And sidewalk.
So anyway, it changed a little bit now because as the families grew up now, families moved out of town, got too expensive here. But now it's growing up again. The last 10 years or so, his father Ted came in. It's really building up. So it's nice to see it getting crowded again. And we used to have so many, we have down here in the auditorium in the Easter Church, we used to have Mass down here too, and we had it upstairs at the same time. Too many people for just one, and they had different hours. They'd offset the time. You'd be upstairs at 6 o'clock, and then one down here at 7:30, another one up there at 8. So it's really a lot of changes.
So what is the most... How long you been in this parish?
We're Holy Name, and then I went to Stars.
Our folks were in Star Sea and they came here. They were never in this parish, but they always came all the Novenas, and I have all my life too.
Oh, when did you guys started with the novena?
We're about 4 years old.
Well, 33 actually, the first time.
30,
And how,
35 maybe, 34, 35.
so how old are you now?
Well,
78.
68.
Wow, so
I'm 78, but on September 2nd we'll be 79.
Richard and Charles, you got to tell me your whole name, or Richard, Charles. You got to tell me your name and your last name. You first.
Richard Donahue.
And I'm Charles Donahue.
So you,
I'm 8 minutes older than Richard.
so you guys been going to St. Anne's Novena for a very long time.
Yeah.
All my life, yeah, right.
So you guys know the history of this church.
Fairly well.
I know the altars. We're in the old church. It was down here, Urban Street, the corner down here. They tore it down in the 50s because they wanted to extend the school.
It was right after Urban Street there, right across from the grocery store. And we have scout meetings down the whole bottom there sometimes, but we're in the Holy Name.
Now, Star Sea Church was built in 1929, but our parents got married in the old church to the same altars. 1927. This church, they used the same altars. 1927. 1929, and we started Sea. Since 1933, I believe.
We were baptized in the Holy Name Church, but they changed that church now. They sold it to a Buddhist church now.
Oh my goodness, the Holy Name?
Between
Yeah,
Judah
right.
and Irving, it used to be there.
It's right between Irving and Judah, 38th Avenue.
Before that, they used to have it over on Kirkham Street.
Bright red and yellow now. It was always a light brown before, or tan.
But when they opened the other one, we made our first communion where they are now. And in their auditorium now was the church where we made our.
Do you guys ever miss any novena?
No, not me.
I missed two. I was in Europe in 2008, and I missed 2000 because I was in Europe. I missed twice.
But when I was in the Army for 2 years, they told me to take vacation in July. I said, good. And next year I asked for it, and that was good. I made it again. I made it twice. I was in Oklahoma the first one. They sent 90% of my troops over to Germany. I'm glad I missed out. The ones who wrote back to me how cold it was over there. And I was here, though, saying, yeah, it's just a little fog.
What do you think is the most memorable time of St. Anne's Novena in your lifetime?
Well, I remember in the 40s, World War II, you couldn't go anywhere because of gas. That's why they had a mass upstairs, and then before that was over, they started one down here. And then when this one out, then the other one was out, they started another one up there. So they had 3 masses in the evening. Plus, they always had the afternoon and the morning ones too. So they filled up the whole church like we had now, and all these masses, because there were so many people, they couldn't go anywhere to go to church because the war on.
We used to go with our grandmother or my sister or my mother, the afternoon ones, and my father would go in the evening, and then we'd go again with him in the evening sometimes.
Yeah, my mother in the afternoon, we were going to school. And then father came home from work and went again. So sometimes, a lot of times,
Something like at 7 or 7:30 and stuff like that. At night, yeah.
During the World War II, what do you remember about St. Anne? What was St. Anne look like during the World War II?
Well, I'll tell you the difference right now.
The inside.
It used to be inside was pure white.
No,
It
it's
was
just
so much nice. Yeah, they wasn't painted. They didn't paint it till later on. It used to be plain white. And started to see it the same way, plain white too. And it looked so nice painted up.
Things are much better now. In the old days, what was bad here was that you couldn't hear the speakers up there because the sound was so bad. It was pure cement up there. Now they put acoustics in that you don't catch the sound waves, and you can hear everything real clear.
Speaking was really bad in the 40s. The system, they put that stuff on the walls to absorb the sound because it was very hard. It was in the very front. It was very hard to hear. You know.
Couldn't hear anywhere.
Even I have trouble with the speakers now, but in the old days it was bad.
What is the...
They had the big day like today, usually in the schoolyard, and the bisque would come out there in the hot sun.
Couldn't get in the church. They all did out here. The whole block. They closed down the streetcar, put buses around because we took in the street and the sidewalks going around. It was so crowded.
That's all people.
I had to park about 6 blocks away.
The schoolyard was either a real cold, foggy day, but most of the time, like St. Anne's Day would be the hottest day of the year. It was really hot in that asphalt in the schoolyard.
How come the crowd, like, there aren't as many people as there used to be?
Oh, nowhere near
In the
that.
40s, it was so crowded.
How come?
See, like
What changed?
Oh, people moved out of town. The families couldn't afford things.
You didn't have the gas to go anywhere.
Yeah, but you couldn't
So
afford
you had the mass upstairs. Before that was over, they started one here. And then that went out, they had another one up there. 3 in the evening. Plus you had the morning.
Oh, for the procession.
I mean, for all the whole thing. No, for the procession was just the one big deal.
But after the war, they all moved to the suburbs and had kids because they couldn't afford kids in San Francisco because the rents were high.
One more thing. They filled up just the church, the balconies were full too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean back where the old organ was?
Yeah, those 2 balconies were full of people in all the church, and then
Everybody couldn't fit in the church. That's what
that's
happened
why
in the
they did the
schoolyard.
big deal. They had it in the schoolyard.
Too many.
Now remember, in the schoolyard in those days, right here behind the church on this
What
side
year
here,
would it be?
There were houses. They tore those down.
40s and 50s.
Right here.
Right here.
That's the late 30s.
And then the old
Well, we
church.
came in,
the old start-
we were born in
the old church
32.
was on the corner.
By the time I really remember what we're doing instead of just being carried.
Make the school bigger.
Tell Randy that.
Yeah, I did.
We got your
and the altars, the same altars in the old churches here.
The altar. same.
altars, yeah. And
Oh, I-
started to see the same way, the old church, the new church.
The wooden church down here. Yeah, they tore that down.
Yeah. It was small.
I remember I used to go to St. Anne's. I graduated from here myself after you fell, but I remember Monsignor Moriarty.
Oh yeah, he walked him down that aisle like a first sergeant in the Marines or something. He really old Irish Soleil in his hand.
He was quite a man, though, right?
Oh yeah,
Quite a priest.
he was a really nice guy.
Right.
But he was really first sergeant.
Oh yeah.
Did he say priest?
We were the first, at Holy Name Church, we were the first twins to be baptized by Father Ryan out there.
That holy name.
Yeah.
That's on
Where
what,
the
Lawson?
Buddhist church is now.
Oh, okay.
This is one part I'd like to get on there for him. The old days, Father Marty, I mean, they had all the kids come to Bethel Masses for the kids. But later on, they wanted to get the families to stick together, the parents to stay home. So you get the parents and the kids together, they did away with that. But when they weren't there, Senior Marty had, I'd never say his name, but he'd march them down the aisle, keep everyone in shape. Mom and Pop and one person. Yeah, interesting.
So you were Christian here since what, 1932?
32 were Holy Name.
Holy Name.
Holy name, but and when did you come over to St.
And we always
We
do
did our
St. Anne's,
catechism
just
at St.
in Novena.
Anne's.
Just in Novena.
Oh, just put
We
it
just
in.
come here for Novena.
Oh, okay. But for Novena since what year?
Since 32 when we came in.
1932?
Wow.
Well, we were telling I remember 3 or 4 years old, something like that.
Amazing. Well, that'd be probably
Mother
about
kept
right.
us calling us sitting back in the church. We didn't want to make a lot of noise.
You're not by any chance the oldest parishioners in St. Anne's? Not yet, are you?
No, but
It's
Holy
somebody-
Name.
No,
Holy
Holy
Name.
Name.
Holy Name.
You're the oldest parishioners then?
Yeah.
So you still got the holy name, right?
No, when my folks moved over here, Holy Name did not have a building. They did it in different storefronts.
Uh-huh.
Then when we came along,
Are you in Holy Name or are you here?
Here.
they got a place at 4127 Kirkham, one block off you.
That was
It
Holy
was just a
Name.
plain building, nothing fancy. It was a plain flat front. They cut the roof.
tore that down, that's cool.
And then World War II came. When we got up to church on 38th, where the Buddhist is now, we got baptized there, and that building was rented out. So
Where was that again?
4127 Kirkham.
Kirkham.
Between Irving-
The old
Between
holy
40,
name.
between 45th and 46, I think, right? 45th,
No.
46. Where was that building?
Oh, you mean the blue one?
No, well, that's all.
This other one is only 2
But
blocks
it
from
was
the
just a
park.
plain front, and take the square.
The
and-
Buddhist church, you know the
Oh, that's-
Sunset
that was
Novena,
built
it's
as
only
a
about 2
church.
blocks
Oh,
down.
okay. Right, Sunset.
But they
Can't
didn't.
miss the big.
So you still got holy name
Yeah,
too, right?
but because
Or just St. Anne's?
we didn't have a system.
Sorry, Steve.
Yeah, but we didn't have
sorry,
any.
Steve,
We
okay.
didn't have any school when they had Holy Names. So what they did was they'd have 1 hour right after 12:15 Mass, one day a week, Sunday, they had catechism. But we always went out. We always went out of town because war went on there. So what happened was to get our catechism. They wouldn't take us into the other Catholic schools. They're all full. You had to be in the parish. Our parish didn't have. So